Gang raped in 2009, knifed in 2011, attacked with acid in 2012, 13 and now in July 2017. Her fight for justice has cost her much more than her dignity. First she fought against her rapists, and now she fights against the apathy of the administration.
Even though the attackers, as alleged by the rape survivor, scaled the wall of the women's hostel, threw acid on her and then escaped, nobody actually saw them entering or leaving the premises. Also, there were no acid traces found in the place where the woman says she was attacked.
Earlier this year, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath met the Braveheart and promised to protect her. Yet his promises have proved to be nothing but hollow words. And the state and the police that failed her is now casting doubts on her, despite medical evidence.
वो अभी ट्रॉमा सेंटर में एडमिट है, पीड़िता, और उसको इंजरीज है, ट्रॉमा में थी, अभी बात नहीं कर पाने की स्थिति में थी। इस संबंध में इसके घर वालों को हम लोगों ने सूचित किया है। घर वाले आते हैं, जो भी एफआईआर ये देते हैं, लिखवाते हैं, उस एफआईआर को लिख के और फिर उसकी विवेचना की जाएगी।
In another part of the same state, 2 minor girls were kidnapped and gang raped by 5 men and dumped on the outskirts of the village.
उन्होंने हमारे साथ हमें बर्फी खिलाते नहीं, हमारे मुंह भेज कर हमें कार में ले गए।
The only similarity between their story and that of the acid attack survivor is that in both cases, the perpetrators still roam scot-free while the police spins alternate theories.
यह तथ्य प्रकाश में आया है कि इन दोनों परिवारों की, जिस परिवार की लड़की है और जिस परिवार के अभियुक्त गण हैं, उनमें पूर्व से प्रधानी पद को लेकर रंजिश चली आ रही है। इस बिना पर इस घटना को लाया गया है प्रकाश में।
In a state where lawlessness has become the biggest challenge for the government, officers who dare to buck the trend are shunted and punished for their honesty. Officer Shrestha Thakur ruffled quite a few feathers after she took on BJP workers during a protest in Bulandshahr. And now she has been transferred for doing her job, a decision that was taken after a meeting of 11 BJP MLAs, MPs and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath.
Direct allegations being made against the UP government for giving in to the demands of BJP leaders and workers by removing a lady officer who had acted against them. The government, however, has responded by saying that these are routine transfers and close to 250 officers of the same rank have actually been transferred.
All these incidents show only too clearly just how serious the government of Uttar Pradesh is about the safety of its citizens. Is this why the people voted them into power? Mirror Now report.
Well, here's the question we're asking this evening on the Urban Debate on Mirror Now. I'm Faye D'Souza. Thank you for joining us. Circle Officer Shrestha Thakur, who was seen standing up to a small mob of unruly BJP workers last week. This is a video that went completely viral. Everybody was talking about how this one brave, strong woman stood her ground against these people and said, "Do what you will. I am doing my duty. I leave my family at home. I get onto the street at night to do my duty. I was doing my duty. I am not afraid of you." She has been rewarded now by the UP government for her honesty and for her bravery with a transfer. She had taken on one Pramod Lodhi of the BJP for not having proper documents for his vehicles. The reports say the transfer came after insistence of the local BJP leaders who said it was necessary to uplift the morale of the party workers that this one police officer be transferred. The police officer in question has written on her Facebook page that she's not complaining about it and she sees this as testimony for her honest and hard work. What we ask is this: if this is how honest police officers are being treated in Uttar Pradesh, is it any wonder then that the law and order situation is constantly deteriorating and getting worse from day to day? We have a list from the 5th of May to the 3rd of July. There were 25 rapes that were reported in Uttar Pradesh. There are constant reports where most of these rapes have victims who are children. Acid attacks over and over again to the same person. And this is a person, I want to remind you, who was promised protection by the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh himself. He met her the last time she was attacked and said that he will give her protection. The protection meant absolutely nothing because she's been attacked once more. This is the state of affairs in Uttar Pradesh. And it gets this way because you're transferring your honest officers, because you're allowing these gundas of political parties to get the better of that honest officer. What message is the government sending? That if you're a thug, if you're politically connected, then you are more important than the police. What clearer message is there to encourage crime than the one that has been sent out by the UP government right now? Joining me on the show this evening, Anila Singh, spokesperson of the Uttar Pradesh BJP, Nasser Salim, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Abha Singh, advocate and activist. We also will have other activists join us through the course of this conversation. Uday Sahay, former IPS officer, Sujay Kantawala, senior advocate. Pranali Shah is the senior manager of the Acid Survivors Foundation of India. Yogita Bhayana, social activist. And Sija Nair is an advocate with the Human Rights Law Network. I welcome all of you to this conversation. I'm going to start with Uday Sahay. Uday Sahay, what an unfortunate day when a young woman who should have been celebrated for being such a brave and honest officer is instead being transferred and shunted and being told that she should not take on these local political goons.
Well, I think Shrestha Thakur is a brave officer, no doubt. Standing up to an unruly mob like that. I have seen the video also going around in the social media. And therefore, it gives an impression as if, the transfer has happened because she stood up against an unruly crowd of BJP local workers, including a local leader. But that's one side of the story. If you look at the video itself, it appears, there's a little smack of influence of films like Singham and, Dabang on the officers also. And it is little surprising that why you need to talk in the manner that an untrained guys talk. Muqaddama thok denge, arre thoko, if you want to slap the case, you should, in case something has gone wrong, somebody has gone wrong. But talking like that on video itself is not very professional. I have seen the video and hence I am saying this. Similarly, asking on camera that since the go and get an order from the CM, that he should ask us to stop checking the vehicles. Is this the way a trained professional speaks on the street? Certainly not. So I would not take a very mechanical, clear-cut, one-sided stand that, she was all brave and whatever has happened is because of the politically motivated stand.
Okay, let me bring in Abha Singh. Abha Singh, where do you stand on this officer and this video? Do you believe that being confronted with what she was being confronted, her reaction was justified? Or do you agree with Uday Sahay that she wasn't behaving like a trained officer? Abha Singh, can you hear me? Right, I don't believe Abha Singh can hear me. Sujay?
Where Uday Sahay says that the way she was talking was quite not like a proper police officer would speak, because if you see in the background there is her constable who's video recording the whole thing. How many times does a police officer record when you are talking to the public? But she was, yeah, I can hear you, but she was very right when...
Go ahead.
I can hear you. Awaaz nahi ja rahi. Hear me now?
All right. We're gonna try and fix that audio with Abha Singh. Sujay, I'm going to ask you to take over from where Abha Singh was talking. So fundamentally, she was obviously being, extensively brave, maybe in almost a filmy sort of way. But look at what she has to put up with. Look at the law and order situation in Uttar Pradesh. This is not Pune. This is a different jungle altogether. So for a female cop, I'm assuming that this is how she has to live her life.
No, but I think I would give her the benefit of doubt on this, because first of all, it is established beyond doubt that she is a woman who stands by her uniform. She respects her uniform. She is proud of her uniform. Let me say this way. I agree that yes, possibly she could have tempered her language a little, but then considering the situation that she was in, and she was faced by a group of unruly guys, she had to assert a little bit of her authority, and she has not resorted to any violence. She has kept her dignity intact. Yes, maybe a little, she went a little overboard, but then I would still give her the benefit of doubt. Given the situation, emotions were running high. It may happen that there is a slip of tongue here and there.
But if she's transferred after 2 days, what message does that send to the police force?
So therefore the message that is sent out, and her batchmates are not transferred, incidentally. She is the only one who has been singled out. So the message is very clear that if you are going to kind of raise your voice, or if you are going to be a little stern, let me put the word stern, then you are going to be transferred. Now, she has no choice but to accept her transfer with humility. That is what she has put on her Facebook. And she says that I accept this, but this is a fact that I have been singled out, and that's it. She has ended the controversy. Now, this sends a very, very wrong message to the morale of the police force. Today, the whole state is being riddled and faced daily by rapes, crimes against women, rapes, acid attacks. The ghastly of the ghastly crimes we are witnessing. This poor girl's case who repeatedly has been attacked by these, and the police officer says that over an internal property dispute. Now, therefore, when you see this kind of a grim scenario, you need good officers who have a morale and their bosses stand behind them. The hierarchy of police, as we know, is that the bosses always stand behind their officers. And it may happen in some case or the other that there is a little bit extension. But then the seniors always rein in and explain. So I feel that this kind of a transfer immediately sends very, very wrong signals on the entire police force. And we need the police force to stand up and protect the citizens.
Absolutely. Let me bring in Anila Singh, spokesperson of the Uttar Pradesh BJP, while we get Abha Singh's audio fixed. Anila Singh, please tell me, what is the government's response right now to the transfer of this officer? What message are you sending to people who are running amok on the road like bullies? What message are you sending to the police officers who are doing their job? Which means that if you take on somebody who's politically connected, they'll transfer you. There's zero value for an honest officer in Uttar Pradesh.
No. First of all, I really fail to understand why media is showing that as if Shrestha Thakur has been victimized by a system. It is not so. She has mentioned that in her Facebook post as well. She has written some shares. Jahan bhi jayega, roshni lutayega, chirag ka koi nishan nahi hota. And she says that she is happy. And she has also claimed that she has been rewarded. So, like when somebody gets into these services, he or she is mentally prepared that they can be posted anywhere, any part of the state.
Anila Singh, is it a coincidence that she got transferred a few days after she took on the BJP?
It is not a coincidence, and the social media is not going to define that how the government is working or how the government should work. Social media is not going to tell that how the government officers has to be posted or not. Like she was there, she was doing her duty. Whether she did.
Okay, so let me tell you this. Okay, Anila Singh, since you say that this was routine, Anila Singh is saying this is routine. Anila Singh, sun to lijiye. I'm reading right now in one of the newspaper reports, Himanshu Mittal, city president, BJP Bulandshahr, who has said, we complained to High Command about this behavior. We told our senior officers that this officer does not know how to deal with the public. There is a difference between the officer and the public is beyond compromise. It is good for everyone that she be transferred immediately. This quote is from Himanshu Mittal, city president of the BJP, who said that they went to party high command asking for this officer's transfer. So now tell me who's blowing it out of proportion, the media or Mr. Himanshu Mittal?
Uttar Pradesh requesting the posting of this particular officer. If she would have been punished or penalized what she did, she wouldn't have mentioned that she is happy. She is saying that she is happy what has happened. She has to get posted. She might get posted to Lalitpur, Ghazipur as well.
Please read between
so social media is going to say that since this officer was posted there and she was delivering her duty in Bairaj, now she is posted in Lalitpur. It is not correct. Please let the official department do its work.
The official department is obviously on the side of thugs and goons. And you know, just
and say one more thing.
Yes, Anila Singh. Yes, Anila Singh.
Just now you mentioned, you just mentioned about Himanshu Mittal, the BJP president of Bulandshahr. I really wish you should have given a thought that what exactly was the story behind it. So one part showing that Shrestha Thakur posted from Bulandshahr to Bairaj, and other part is not being mentioned.
What is the other part? Tell us what the other part is. What is the other part?
It is not correct.
Tell us what the other part is.
I am not going to tell the story here. It is your job. It is your job.
It is my job. It is my job, Anila Singh, to invite the representative of the Uttar Pradesh BJP onto the show and ask for the other side of the story. You are the representative of the Uttar Pradesh BJP. Please tell us what is your side of the story.
I am the representative of BJP. I am talking on behalf of my government. That is why I am saying that social media and the media are not going to decide about the postings of the government officials. It is the matter of the government and the department.
All right. I'm told Abha Singh's audio is now fixed. Abha Singh, I apologize for the audio that passed. Go ahead, Abha Singh.
No. Yeah, see, I think Anila Singh is mistaken. Why not? This is a democracy, and if you victimize an officer, Anila Singh, it is the duty of every citizen of the country to take up the issue. So if hers was a routine transfer, you can tell us that whether she's been in Bulandshahr for 2 years. No, at least you can tell us as the spokesperson how long she's been in Bulandshahr. 1 minute, Anila Singh, I've heard you. You post
Anila Singh, we heard you out. You said you won't tell us your side of the story. Let's hear Abha Singh.
Bairaj is in the borders of Nepal. You could have given her Lucknow. If you thought, no, Anila Singh, if it was not the issue, you could have given her Lucknow. You shunted her on the borders of Nepal, which everybody knows is a very tough terrain. And for a young girl, you have thrown her to the jungles of UP. You could have given her Lucknow. If she was doing her job properly. Her posting is wrong. If you kick a person, the saying says, kick that person upwards. Don't kick the person downwards. Why did you send her to the jungles of Bairaj? Why did you not give her Lucknow? You needed a woman officer in Lucknow who could have investigated that acid attack case.
In fact, let's ask this question. Is it a punishment posting or is it a merit posting?
Where no media can reach.
Yeah, Uday Sahay, is this a punishment posting or is this a merit posting? It
looks like a punishment posting.
Look, KPS Gill was the in charge of Assam, and at one time to handle a tougher situation in Punjab, he was posted. Once you post from a softer post to a harder post, do you call it a punishment? It's all a matter of interpretation, one. And number two, in this case, I do not really know that there is any connection between politically motivated decision and a routine transfer, even if the timing gives you that appearance. But I, as a layman sitting from a distance, get a feeling that, you know, there is a Bollywoodization of the behavior of police.
Well, let me point out that Mukesh Bhardwaj of the BJP and his colleagues have made no bones to the press, Mr. Uday Sahay, that they were the ones who went to party high command and recommended this transfer. They said that the morale of the local BJP is down because of the video having gone viral, and the only way to lift the morale back again is if this officer were transferred immediately. They have said so in the press. I am not misquoting them. I am quoting them out of newspaper reports in this morning's newspaper. Now, if they're going to go around bragging about it, please explain to me how we are to interpret this transfer now.
Faye, it is very natural. I'm not disputing what you're saying. Naturally, you know, these guys who are at the cutting edge in the political parties, they behave like that. Whenever there is a transfer or posting, that look, I have fixed the posting, I have got the transfer done, etc. I mean, and they need not be taken very seriously. But the point is that you need to clinically examine this particular case. And if you do that, then ask any professional cop. I admire the courage of the girl. There's no doubt about that. She has a very graceful personality, and she has.
Okay. You know, Uday Sahay, let me take this one step further. And the reason why we're talking about this is we've been talking about the state of affairs of law and order, specifically to do with crime against women in Uttar Pradesh, for the last few months. I want to bring in Yogita Bhayana and the rest of the panelists here. The papers on my desk keep piling up. Minor attacked and raped in Bulandshahr. Somebody has acid thrown on them for the 5th time. There are 25, my team made a list of 25 rapes that have happened between the 5th of May and the 3rd of July in Uttar Pradesh. And so many of these, the victims, 9 years old, 8 years old, woman raped by 3 men in front of her husband, 7-year-old abducted and gang raped by 4 men, 15-year-old abducted and gang raped by 4 men. Video of 2 girls being molested went viral. Promising gold, an exorcist kills and rapes a girl in front of her parents. 2 minors allegedly kidnapped, gang raped by 5 men. This is Uttar Pradesh. What can we expect out of Uttar Pradesh if we are constantly going to demoralize and transfer any officer who displays a spine? Yogita Bhayana.
This is so unfortunate. The timings are definitely questionable, and the way Anila Singh is defending her side, I mean, this is typical Bollywood story to me. You know, whatever we have seen since childhood in the movies. You know, the cop who's trying to do good is transferred immediately, and he's been taken care. You know, in the bad sense, I would say. So I mean, this is a typical Gunda Raj, I would say, in UP. This is what we have seen. I mean, as a layman, as an activist, this is what I can see. And you know, the cases are increasing day by day. Rather than working on to how to prevent these things, they are transferring such noble officers. I mean, you can see very much people are not fools. You know, they are supporting her because they can see how nicely she was dealing with this case. I mean, this is very funny, you know, to even defend her. This is really, really stupid to even defend against. I mean, on
against the transfer. Yes.
BJP.
Yes.
So I would just like to say one thing, that these people should rather focus on how to prevent. The numbers are horrific, you know, and this particular rape survivor who's been attacked with acid, what are they doing to prevent you know, these kind of attacks? Are they doing anything? This particular victim also met the CM, and he also promised her that they will provide her security. She was working in Chiros, she was staying in a hostel.
Yes.
If she cannot be provided security, it's a big shame to the UP government. It's the biggest shame I have ever seen in all the cases where, I mean, the rape survivors has been attacked so many times. I mean, this is worse than, I would say, Nirbhaya, because this girl had to survive so many times. I mean, how many times she had to beg and plead for her security and safety? This is really sick.
Right. Yeah, I want to bring in Pranali Shah, you know, from the Acid Survivors Foundation of India. This particular case, the survivor met with the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister promised protection, and the Chief Minister gave protection, and the survivor was attacked one more time. To have acid thrown in your face 5 times, not once and twice, 5 times, because you are a gang rape survivor who is going to bear testimony to what happened to you. It's shocking and it's appalling, and the state of Uttar Pradesh should be ashamed.
I would rather say, if it is a gang rape survivor, the first thing, the victim is why she is being forced to go ahead, file a FIR, and the person is out on bail. First of all, that is the thing. Secondly, I would rather say, if once she's been attacked with acid, why the people have not been caught, why they have not been punished? Why the survivor has to undergo treatment every time, why she has to be attacked, and the most important thing, after providing the security, why she is still unsafe.
Right, why is she still unsafe? And I will bring in Nasser Salim right now, representing the Samajwadi Party. Nasser Salim, is there a breakdown of law and order in Uttar Pradesh?
You know, I think that's an understatement. The law and order situation has become pathetic ever since our government has gone, and I'll tell you.
How is it different from when your government was around, Nasser Salim? How is it different from when your government was around? Fewer women getting raped?
Let me come back to some 3 important points. See, when we were in the government, we realized that there are certain functionaries which do not lodge FIRs. So what Akhilesh did, he brought in digitization. He got the UP 100 to ensure that people stay away from investigations. This government continuously, since the last 100 days, are now getting into propaganda. They're celebrating 100 days when the law and order is completely broken down. The machinery has become pathetic.
This girl was acid attacked in your tenure. This happened again in this tenure. Please stop defending. Hello? Stop singing songs about your government.
Mulayam Singh Yadav says for rapist, galti ho jati hai.
I'll tell you.
I mean, it's appalling. I just want to, before you paint us pictures, Nasser Salim, let me point out to you that according to the UP Crimes NCRB data, and this is 2015, a total of 3,025 rapes were reported. We're not even talking about the ones that were not reported. 91 of those were custodial rapes that happened in custody. 422 attempted rape. 11,999 kidnapped and then raped.
But if you allow me to respond to that, as per the NCRB report, we were also not number one. I don't want to keep saying this repeatedly on television because it's very sad. But unfortunately or fortunately, we were not number one in the crime. As far as rapes are concerned,
is that a race?
It is all the BJP states that were number one in rape.
We are not number one, number two.
And let me tell you, hold on.
Forgive me, Nasser Salim, if I don't give you a medal tonight for not being number one in the number of rapes that happened in your state.
Excuse me, I mentioned to you, saying that I would not want to quote this, but it's a factual report by the NCRB 2015 report.
Even if you were number two, what's the big deal about it?
The point is, look, let's come back to the point. Third victim acid attack. The Chief Minister promised that he will take action. Nothing is happening on the ground. You're transferring officers because your district presidents are going and complaining to the Chief Minister and saying, protect us because we're going to get caught. Now, this has never happened under Akhilesh.
No, Sujay, there's a reason why we have the politicians. Let me tell you what that is. Let me tell you what that reason is.
If there was a law and issue, we got in digitization, we got UP 100, we got 1090. And we were trying to
okay, let me tell you why we invited. I know Yogita Bhayana and Abha Singh are both going to be holding their foreheads in about 5 minutes' time. I'll tell you why we invited members of both political parties. Because this particular case that we're talking about, this woman who was gang raped, attacked with acid repeatedly, now the 5th time. 4 of those acid attacks happened during the reign of the Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh. The gang rape happened during the reign of the Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh. Now, a 5th attack has happened during the reign of the BJP in the Uttar Pradesh, proving that you people are exactly the same. That the people in Uttar Pradesh went out in large hordes to vote. Not one is different from the other, and nobody has put the lives of women of the state of Uttar Pradesh on priority. Neither of you have. Neither of you did anything. And Nasser Salim, you represent a party where the chief of that party at one point turned around and said, "Rape ho gayi to kya hua? Phansi thodi chadayenge, galti ho gayi." Galti ho gayi. This is the language that you people use. This is the language that is the message. Do you not understand that when politicians say these things, these are the messages that you send out to the entire state, saying that it's okay now. Anila Singh of the BJP, please tell me that after the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister promised this woman that she would now be safe, why was she attacked one more time? How did this happen? How did this happen?
Because the failure of the law and order is completely
My question was to Anila Singh.
I am really surprised the way Samajwadi Party spokesperson is holding here and blaming Party for everything.
That's not my question, Anila Singh.
I have to tell him
it's time that the BJP takes responsibility of the government now.
It was 2008, 2012. That government was there.
You know, we're going to need Shrestha Thakur to keep this panel in order. But Anila Singh, my question to you was, how was this victim attacked for the 5th time after explicitly receiving assurances from the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh that she will be safe? How was she attacked again? That is my precise question. Please answer.
Can I complete? You are asking me or Abha Singh ji?
I'm asking you, Anila Singh, I'm asking you as a representative of the government, how did this girl get attacked again? How did it happen? Please tell me.
Police is on it. Police is trying to find that who have done it. It is unfortunate indeed. We are not, I am not going to refute what has happened. I'm not going to be defensive on this. It should have happened. And police is inquiring it, and very soon perpetrators will be behind the bars. That is for sure. I can't give you any time frame. But this is unfortunate. I'm telling you. But at the same time, it's a very strong word. I am going to claim this thing. The police which we have inherited with the state, which is infested by criminals, is totally depraved, lethargic and insensitive. Chief Minister and the senior officials of the police, they are working very hard to get the system corrected. But Rome was not made in one day. Similarly,
I want to take this to Abha Singh, to the politicians. Please give me a moment.
It is our government who came in front.
Abha Singh, I'm reading right now a quote from the Chief Minister himself on this case. Abha Singh, the Chief Minister says it needs to be seen if this attack actually happened. Law and order is for protection of people. If someone misuses it, to whatever reasons, to victimize someone, then we will act on such misusers too.
Faye, can I say something here?
Okay, Yogita, go ahead, and then Abha Singh.
No, wait, please wait. Let me tell you, I've been listening to Samajwadi and BJP. Faye, I was posted in Lucknow from 2005 to 2008. I stayed in Lucknow, and law and order during Mayawati's regime, I can say women were the safest. UP is safe only when Mayawati has come in, and it shows if she can control law and order, why can't BJP and Samajwadi Party do it? Samajwadi has criminalized the police. You cannot arrest anybody immediately. There would be calls saying that he is our party worker. So let me tell you, Mayawati's time, I have myself stayed in Lucknow and there was so much safety. It is these two political parties which are unable to protect the women. And definitely, the Chief Minister is trying to cover him by saying whether this crime happened or not.
Very new to the state. We have started our
very new to the state.
No, madam, your Bharatiya Janata Party, your Bulandshahr rape, your highways are not safe. Your highways are not safe. Your rape is happening on highways. You are supposed to prevent crime from happening. Where was your security guard when this woman was attacked? When you had given her police protection, where was the police guard sleeping? Have you suspended? Did you move for the cancellation of the bail of the rapist? Instead of shouting, did you move for the cancellation of the bail of the rapist? No. You don't take action. You only want to talk. You want to get an anti-Romeo squad. You want to talk of victims, but safety of women is a very low priority. Did you move the court today to get the bail cancelled of the rapist? That is only one question.
Let me point out to you, in the Bulandshahr, in the case, since Sujay Kantawala was asking, one second.
That is the only question, and Anila Singh doesn't want to reply, only wants to make it.
There was a case in Jewar, Sujay. You'll remember that we talked about it on this show. A family was robbed, 4 women were gang raped. The FSL report has not arrived yet on that. No action has been taken in that case. Nobody has been moved. No work has been done on that case, and I could go on and on.
In broad daylight.
In broad daylight, I could go on and on. The stack of papers on
said that no rape had happened.
The stack of papers on my desk are absolutely shocking, and I'll read it out for Anila Singh's benefit.
They said
May 5th, 14-year-old gang raped by 3 youth in UP. May 7th, woman gang raped by 8 men. May 9th, 9-year-old gang raped by a 45-year-old man. May 14th, 9-year-old gang raped. May 21st, 8-year-old by local youth in Mirzapur. 2 girls gang raped in Muzaffarnagar. 1 woman raped by 3 men in front of her husband. This goes on, and this is the 22nd of May. I could read all up till the 3rd of July. Please tell me, Anila Singh, where are the priorities of this government? It's a very simple question. Without blaming anybody else, where are the priorities of this government?
In the cow, saving the cow.
Giving women security is the priority of government. This is what I am telling you. But we can't deny the fact. The status of Uttar Pradesh, which was given to when it was handed over to us, we can't deny the fact. We have to carry on the history, but we are.
Anila Singh, if you realize that Uttar Pradesh was such a bad egg for you, it was such a bad deal, so why did you take it on?
You knew who is the perpetrator of rape and acid attack. When your CM went to meet her and gave her 1 lakh compensation, why did you not arrest that person there? Why was his bail not cancelled?
No, I have a question for Sujay. Sujay, I'll tell you what is complicated about this. You should explain to us the federal system of our constitution. 1 second, Anila Singh, 1 second. Calm down. Anila Singh, Sujay Kantawala is going to explain the constitution to us right now. 1 second. Sujay Kantawala is going to explain the constitution to us right now. Anila Singh says that BJP is very new to the state of UP. I'm quoting her. She also said the state was a complete mess when they took it up. Now, please tell me, if the state is a complete mess when they took it up, does the central government have any ability at all within the borders of our states? At all, Sujay? Or do we take it for granted that the central government has no clout at all, and in which case the central government has no business making any sort of promises for women if they have no jurisdiction whatsoever within state borders?
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, why was the BJP overwhelmingly voted into UP? It was because the Samajwadi Party had absolutely mismanaged the affairs. The crimes were spiraling out of control. That is why the people gave you the mandate. So if you say that you inherited a state which had problems, it was for you to rectify it. The people voted you for that purpose. The people were hoping that things would change. But if you see the kind of crimes happening on a daily basis, so therefore it seems that you really have some serious introspection that why this is continuing. You need to immediately arrest people. You need to immediately see that people who repeatedly throw acid on a person. This girl has been repeatedly been violated. Each crime is a serious cognizable offense. Those two guys, their names are there in front of us who are having a property dispute. They should be locked up behind. They should be charge sheeted and convicted.
Okay.
These guys should not walk again on the streets.
Sujay Kantawala, here's my next question. Chalo, Jungle Raj विरासत में मिल गई होगी आपको. How long does it take to make acid contraband? To say acid will not be available?
It's a Supreme Court order. It's a Supreme Court order. Pranali is there over here on the debate. The Supreme Court has clearly said, and therefore the states have to implement it and make their own rules and regulations. How can you allow sulfuric acid and dangerous acids at 30 rupees a bottle at any wholesale shop? You just walk in and get it, and then the person can create havoc with that. How can that be permitted? They say that we are using it as a detergent for sanitizers, etc. No, there should be strict rules. This is a hazardous chemical. It cannot be allowed to be bought across the counter or 30 rupees.
I want to bring in Sija Nair here. Sija, the argument is that acid is used as a cleaning agent. I don't care if your toilets are not clean. Acid is a weapon that can be used to ruin someone's life. And even if we accept that the BJP government in UP right now has not been given enough time to clean up the entire system, and they're not going to do it by transferring honest officers, but they have had enough time to outlaw acid completely. Make acid contraband. Acid should not be available over the counter for 20 rupees when you know it is a problem. You have met a victim whom you have not been able to save, but you know it's a problem. That's something you could have done in the last few months. Sija Nair.
Yes, in 2015 itself, the Supreme Court had issued directions, clear-cut directions, saying that sale of acid should be regulated on the counters. They had put in regulations saying that a person below the age of 18 should not be allowed to purchase acid. Further, even in any case, a person who is above 18 years of age who has to purchase the acid has to provide his photo and ID proof and the reason for what purpose the acid is being purchased. So it is up to the states now to implement the regulation which has to be which has been issued by the Supreme Court. Further, the Supreme Court has also directed that any shop which is selling acid easily and is not maintaining a register with all the details of the person who is purchasing it would be imposed with a fine of 50,000. But there is zero implementation of the directions.
None.
So this is the problem across India.
This is the point. We have a case where the Chief Minister himself has met the victim. He has promised her security that he's not been able to deliver on. They promised safety for all women in UP, but you have not been able to give safety to this one particular woman. You could have at least managed safety for this one individual. You have not even managed to do that. And I want to bring in our callers right now. SS Jha is on the phone line from Orissa. Our phone lines are open, viewers. Mr. Jha, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
I want to know just when this UPA government won this atrocities of ladies on ladies were also downfall 1 point in UPA government.
Yes.
But now and at that time this BJP were all along very active in this cause, that how Nirvaya Kant was there and all these things. Why not these people are aware at present when the UP is going with a horrible...
Where is the criticism? Where is the criticism now? Ashish is on the phone line from Bangalore. Ashish, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, Ashish, we can hear you.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring 2 points. One is the thing that, you have only few people, left in the police force right now. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you don't have such brave heart, police people in the, right now available who take steps like this. And on the contrary, you are, just shifting these people without knowing, the background of anything. Yes. That is one thing. Second thing is that one of your panelists was just debating about the professionalism. Isn't he feeling shamed of talking the professionalism, that the way government have shifted this officer without doing a proper investigation? What type of rubbish professionalism he's talking there on this studio?
Okay, all right. I'll take that point too. Farad is on the phone line from Mumbai. Farad, go ahead.
Hi, Faye. Thank you for the opportunity. Faye, I just have one very simple thing. We keep seeing repeated incidents like this, and every time we have a discussion on TV and it's forgotten, and next day there is a new chapter that begins. We have Mr. Sujay Kantawala, who's so passionate about these matters on TV. Why not a person, a lawyer like him, have an All India forum that whenever such an incident happens where an honest officer is being hounded out, he or she can definitely go and approach this forum, and they can take up the cudgels on behalf of that lady. This lady was just doing a job, and this BJP spokesperson, I don't know her name, she was trying to say that she is very happy with this transfer. It's common sense. Even a child will say she was being sarcastic on the mail, on the Facebook page. And why are we surprised? The moment Adityanath came into power, we should expect these things to continuously happen. This man is a repeated offender, and we really don't know what the BJP stands for. On one side, we have Narendra Modi, Arun Jaitley, and on one side, we have the Adityanath. So
all right. So why can't we have a national forum where we can go forward and actually file these complaints when we find something upsetting? Abha Singh, very good points being made both by Sija Nair and Pranali Shah, where they said there is a Supreme Court order, states have to enforce it. Now, this is something the UP government could have done in the last 2 months, simply enforce a ban on acid. Is something that they haven't done. Are they going
not only for last 2 months? I would rather say that if she was being attacked for the first time with acid, why the culprit is not under the bars.
Abha Singh.
I'll tell you one thing. A small country like Bangladesh has been successful in controlling the sale of acid across the counter. There used to be almost 1,000 acid attack cases in Bangladesh, which was brought down to merely 100. But here in India, we only in 2013 made acid attack a specific offence, and under 326A of the IPC, we provided for 10 years imprisonment. Prior to that, acid attack was never a specific offence. So our lawmakers never had time even to make a law of such a heinous offence. Supreme Court has been continuously saying, sending directives to chief secretaries that ban the sale, and the subdivisional magistrate of the local area is to be held responsible if acid is found being sold over the counter. So at least in Aliganj, Lucknow, the SDM should have been placed under suspension. The police guard who was given to this victim to protect her should have been placed under suspension. The BJP government should have moved today, as I told yesterday, Anila Singh, that please move today for the cancellation of this bail of this accused. But nothing has been done till now. The law very clearly talks of victim protection and witness protection. Here this girl is the victim and also a witness to the crime. All this is being done to demoralize her, to threaten her, so that she takes her case back, and as a result, the accused will go scot-free, the rapist will go scot-free. So this is all being done to defeat the process of justice, and that is why conviction rate in rape cases is just 28%.
Anila Singh of the BJP, why has acid not been taken off the shelves in Uttar Pradesh? Isn't this something the government could have achieved in the last couple of months?
Legally, it is not allowed to, like nobody is allowed to sell acid in UP as well. But unfortunately, they might have procured it in some illegal way. And I am saying it is unfortunate, it shouldn't have happened.
You know, first of all, I want to ban the use of the word unfortunate when we talk about lynching, rape and murder. These things are not unfortunate, they're not bad luck, they're crime. Secondly, you know what else is illegal, Anila Singh? Raping is illegal, raping children is illegal, but somehow in Uttar Pradesh people manage to do it. That is the job of the police, to make sure that illegal things don't happen. How can you sit here and tell me that yes, acid is illegal, but somehow people manage to get it?
So much has to be done in UP. We are doing it, and one perhaps you might have noticed one thing. I don't know that who are behind it, or the people like a few of the criminals. They are daring police force, and I don't know who are behind them. But somehow police is being dared. So now the police is definitely going to take very serious action against these people. So I really fail to understand. There are few people, might be few political parties who want to challenge the present government in UP by targeting innocent people and the police officers out as well. So, but let them do their work, and we are here to do our work. And I'm promising you, that in coming months, you will see
how
the
can
results.
rapists be outside on the roads? Why their bails are not cancelled?
Anila Singh, you should be ashamed.
In his efforts.
Anila Singh, you should be ashamed that you took this crime and all of the other crimes that I just read out and made it about your politics. You think that people are being raped and are having acid thrown on their faces to embarrass you? How arrogant is that statement? You think lives are being destroyed to embarrass you? That this is about you? That this is about your party? That this is about your politics? Could there be a more shameful statement? Could there be a more shameful statement, Anila Singh, coming out of a woman yourself, to think that rapes are happening in Uttar Pradesh to embarrass you and your party? How arrogant is it to think that? And if that is the truth, you should be working doubly hard to stop the rapes and stop using these women as pawns in your political games.
Which Bharatiya Janata Party has done to people of Uttar Pradesh, and we are standing with that promise.
Tell me what you've done. Tell me what you've done.
And we are working on it.
Tell me what you've done. Tell me what you've done.
Can I say something here?
Anila Singh, no, one second. Yogita Bhayana, give me a moment. 1 second. Yogita Bhayana, give me a moment. Anila Singh, I'll tell you what you've done. The cattle in Uttar Pradesh are very safe. Now, Anila Singh, listen to me.
Of seniority of IG and ADG, they are being posted in
Anila Singh, tell me what you have done to keep the women safe. Tell me what you've done to keep the women safe. Are the women in Uttar Pradesh ever going to be as safe as the cattle in Uttar Pradesh? Please tell me what you've done to keep the women safe.
I am telling you how many times I have to repeat. I have just told you 10 steps which our government has taken. But in the sound of a debate, I think so, everybody is trying that my voice should not reach to the audience of your channel.
Currently, yours is the only voice reaching the audience of my channel. Please tell me these 10 steps. I'm giving you space on the show. Tell me the 10 steps.
At the same time, I want to give a very strong message to all those political parties and people who are daring police officials, who are doing things just to harm the reputation of our government. But let them do their work, and our government is doing their work.
Have dared
UP will be in a very much better state.
Tell me the 10 points, Anila Singh. I am giving you a platform on national television at prime time. Tell me the 10 points that the UP government is addressing right now to keep women safe. Simple question, simple answer. Please go ahead. I'm giving you space.
Yes. Again, I am going to repeat it, Faye. Above all, Chief Minister has created a special cell to keep an eye on the crime, and especially crime against women. And the officers of the seniority of IG and ADG, they have been posted in zone again to keep an eagle's eye on the crime. Dial 100 has been made better. Services of 181 has been started. Then a special Rani Lakshmi Asha Jyoti Kendra has been started in 75 districts. And Nari Suraksha Dal, again it's a new name of Anti-Romeo Squad, because there was too much of ho-halla on the name of Anti-Romeo. That has been started, and the girls are being encouraged to get educated. They are special scholarship provision is for them. And
that's 6 points. Please go ahead. 4 more.
Then three more battalions, women battalions. Our formation of 3 more women battalion is in the pipeline, and in coming 4 years, which Samajwadi Party didn't do, the recruitment of sub-inspectors will be there, because one major problem in UP is under-policing. So I can tell you 10 more points.
No, you haven't told me 10 yet. You stopped at 8. But let me just address the fact. All right. I give you space. Let me address the fact that the Nari Suraksha Dal, aka the Romeo Squad, is the only new announcement you have given me right now. All of the other things, whether implemented or not implemented, were around during the previous government as well. Nasser Salim, go ahead. Yeah, Yogita, I'm going to come to you immediately after this.
All that I'm saying is, she talked about UP 100. She's speaking about all you see what the BJP government is doing. Basically repackage. They're trying to repackage
and implementing them and making them better
effectively, and they're saying now they're bringing it under the BJP rule. Look, let's face it. You had a failed anti-Romeo squad. People have been complaining. Your rapes and the law and order situation has become worse in the state. You have no mechanism to address any of these issues. Your chief minister is hand in glove with the political parties, with your political people leaders. It's very sad. Let's face it. And you know, Anila ji, I have been on multiple shows with you in the past, and it's very sad today that you are taking up for a cause which is failed. Ms. Thakur did a wonderful job.
Before you two start yelling at each other again, this is not the state assembly. Let me bring in Yogita Bhayana. Yogita Bhayana,
who himself is like a Khanan mafia.
One second.
These people just do the political fighting. They have nothing to do with people and the emotions.
The two politicians, please give me a minute. Yogita Bhayana, eye on crime, Eagle's eye on crime. 100 is better. Nari Suraksha Dal, girls are encouraged to get educated. 3 more women battalions in the pipeline. Recruitment will begin. These are the points.
Still, this girl was asset attacked. See, this is the proof. What they have done is a failure. Otherwise, this girl would not have gone through what she's going through right now. Also, I would like to add, they should do one more thing. They should call all the cabinet minister, all their officers, and do acid test on themselves. Just put a drop. I know it is emotional right now to say all this thing, but just do acid drop test on your bodies. Then maybe you will feel the pain of the acid survivors, and you might come out with some solution only after that. Please, I dare you to do that. I dare you to do that. Please do acid drop test on your bodies.
The same guys are doing it to this girl.
I would
they want to torture her and keep her alive.
Obviously,
they want to send a message.
First time they have to.
You have to see.
These guys should not have been allowed to be on bail.
You will do something on this. You don't want to do anything. Just want to fight with each other. Just want to take credit of good things.
The system.
Tell me something. If you inherited bad stuff from the previous government, you also inherited machinery, power, money, everything, right? So why are you only blaming bad inherited things? You also inherited power. So you don't have to give us that excuse. We are done with your excuses. You better perform and do performance.
Right. You know, I just want to make one point here. I have to wrap this up. I want to make one point here. Let me point out to you that this panel you see on your screen tonight, viewers, was put together. 1 second, Anila Singh. This panel you see on your screen together, viewers, was put together by my team of 24-year-olds. 24-year-olds who managed to get together Abha Singh, Sujay Kantawala, Uday Sahay, Yogita Bhayana, Pranali Shah and Sija Nair. Experts that they spent half a day asking and inviting to come in and talk about it. Experts who know what they're talking about in their respective fields. How long will it take the UP government to put this panel together and ask for suggestions? If they're really serious about improving the state of affairs, is there a dearth of experience in our country? Is there a dearth of well-meaning people who will give you their time for nothing in order to improve the state of affairs? Why is it that the government has not been able to do better? Why is it, and how much longer are you going to sit around and complain about the fact that you inherited a bad system? That is why you were voted into power. If it was a bad system in the past, that is why the previous government was booted out of power and the power was given to you. You have to stop complaining and start working. The elections are over. Nobody wants to hear you complain about the previous government anymore. People want to see you get to work, and the fastest, the easiest way to get to work is to first outlaw acid and really mean it. Take it off the shelves. Show the women of Uttar Pradesh that you mean business. It's the simplest thing to do. It doesn't involve any sort of cleanup of the previous government. All you have to do is to make sure that it's taken off the shelf. How long does it take? Stop giving us excuses. We're going to run out of patience very, very quickly. You cannot make promises and then pretend that you don't have the ability to keep those promises. We're writing everything down. We're saving every comment you make on these shows. We are going to come back, Anila Singh, over the next few weeks and the next few months and look for the changes that you have promised us. Because this is what we do on this channel. We don't forget. We document, and we will keep coming back. With our panel of experts, we will keep coming back. We're constantly going to be watching.